Hey, I'm Splatzz. Nice to see you, nice to meet you. So, if you can't tell, I'm recording this while I am a little bit sick. Fun fact, I flew up earlier. Okay, anyway. Recently, I've been working on redesigning the main cast of Hazbin Hotel. If you haven't seen the other two parts of this series, I'd recommend you go check those out first. Technically, there isn't an order you need to watch these in, but I do show the designs from part 1 in part 2, and I'll be doing the same with this one. So if you don't want any spoilers, watch the other parts first. Just like the other two, I'll start this with a disclaimer. I don't hate the original designs. I actually really like the stuff that Vivziepop makes. I love her art style, and it really inspires me. I saw the original pilot for Hazbin Hotel way back in 2021, and I love Hell of a Boss. I actually just watched the season 2 finale as of recording this, and I'm just gonna say it was hard not to cry. I'm not gonna give y'all any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it was a very good episode. Don't get me wrong, Vivziepop is not the kind of person I want to be. I don't like her that much as a person, but I can separate the art from the artist. If you want to know any details about why I don't really like her, I'll link something in the description for that. You can go check that out. I will be redesigning the characters based on their story and personality, but I do ultimately end up keeping a lot of stuff from their original designs since I find it kinda hard to avoid that. I'm working on it though. So with that out of the way, let's start with the first redesign.
What is this? Wrist ruffles? Is it 1750? Burn it like the witches who wore it!
I was so excited to do Velvet. I've been looking forward to this from the moment I started this series. She's a fashion girly. I had so much to play with for her. I already love her design. She's bold and bright, and her color palette is absolutely gorgeous. For my first sketch of her, I decided to focus more on the outfit than her design as a whole. We don't know exactly when Velvet died. It's implied to be sometime from the 2000s to early 2010s, so I took advantage of that and gave her more of a scene style. I love the style, so I felt like I had to put it in the show somewhere. I gave her the emo fringe and the big poofy ponytail, striped gloves, and some ripped tights under a pair of shorts. I gave her shorts instead of a skirt because of how much energy she has and how she moves. I thought it would be easier for her to move around in shorts than a skirt, especially in her studio. I changed her crop top a bit and gave her a heart-shaped cutout instead of the 2 red hearts she has in her original design. I also gave her black pumps. She may be a busy girl, but she can still be fashionable in a hurry. One final thing I added with her dramatic eyelashes reflecting her personality. For her final design, I didn't change much. I was pretty happy with the first draft, so I stuck with it. If I was gonna use this design for more than just this video, I would have done more than just one draft. It's easier to find a long-lasting design if you just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, rather than just grabbing it and saying good enough. I was pretty happy with what I had, so I pretty much just copied everything onto the final piece. I gave her a scrunchie in her hair, made her bangs more like a fringe, and besides that, everything is the same. I mostly stuck to Velvet's color palette in her official design, but I changed the colors slightly. I made her skin more red to look more like a demon, gave the pinks and reds more saturation, and made the black in her hair look more navy. As I'm writing this script, I only just realized the under part of her hair is black. I could have sworn it was blue in the show, but Google Images is telling me otherwise. And finally, my redesign for Velvet is done. I love Velvet's character, and I'm really happy with how this design turned out. I think it really works well for her.
Oh yeah, and here I go, Valentino. Just another day with Val. Hey. My life.
For our second design of the day, we have the TV Demon box. I wanted to really lean into the shark motif with this one, but not gonna lie, I think I just kind of forgot. It went in my brain as a really good idea, and then when I put the pencil on the paper, I don't know what happened, it just left. But anyway, I actually did 2 sketches for him, but the first one barely changed anything. I basically just gave him a slightly different outfit and heterochromia. I recycled that design and turned it into the new and improved version. I decided to go on Pinterest for some inspiration, and I found something with wires plugged into something. I thought it would be super cool to have something like that for Vox. So I decided that his TV head is actually a prosthetic of some kind, with wires connecting to his body so his brain can send signals and make his body work. I kept the same outfit as the first sketch, but added a screen to his chest to show his heart rate. I moved the little Wi-Fi symbol in his original design from under his tie to the corners of his jacket collar thing, and I gave him the cane. It didn't end up sticking though. In the show, Vox sometimes hypnotizes people, and he uses his eyes to do this. His eyes appear with some sort of spiral in them, so I thought it would be cool to have that permanently in one eye. It could be easier for him to get away with hypnotism if it's always visible and only spins when he intends to use hypnotism. For Vox's final design, I'm mostly stuck with my ideas from the sketch. I made him shorter and fatter to add more body diversity in the cast, and gave him 3 wires on either side of his head. Since his face is on a screen, I thought it would be cool to make it all pixelated. I think it works really well for him. I meant to do that for the screen on his chest as well, but I just kind of forgot. I gave him his turtleneck sweater and jacket, and added little lightning bolt shapes to the bottom corners. I tried to give him some nice dress shoes, but I'm really bad at drawing those. I gotta work on that. I kept his colors mostly the same as they were in the show, but I darkened them a bit. I made his sweater plain red and his jacket dark blue with a cyan collar. His shoes are the same color as his jacket, with the pants being black to separate them. I made the spiral in his eye the same color as his pupils, and with that, we're finished. I think his design turned out really nice. He looks like a businessman who is willing to hurt someone. That's pretty much his character, right?
Angel is living with Lucifer's daughter now?
Yeah, that's Chalky or Chandler, or I don't know, something mannish like that. She's got this hotel, and which of these makes me look sexier?
And finally, the one no one likes, Valentino. I did not want to do Val, but we're doing all the V's, so I had to. For his first sketch, I basically just drew him with a different hat. So I tried again and changed him more. For my second draft, I made his robe shorter and turned it into a fancy jacket. I removed his shirt, because, you know, he's just like that. I gave him white skinny jeans and black pumps, and changed his hat to a fedora, because he's a creep. For his final design, I kept the concept from the sketch. I kept the coat and everything else is from his official design. Can you tell I'm rushing through his part of the script? I don't want to keep looking at this man. Originally, his color scheme looked strangely familiar. It was Santa. I turned him into Santa. But I changed it and I think it looks better. Okay, we're done with Val. Get him out of my face, please. And that's all of them. I love how Val and Vox turned out. No, Val, not you. Go away. I think they work really well. Here's all of them together, and with my other designs. I think all of these turned out really good. I'm happy with how they turned out, and I'm glad to be done. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you want to see more, please feel free to subscribe. This is meant to be the final part, but drop a comment if you want to see me do other characters. That's it for today, so drop a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to eat food, drink water, and I'll see you guys again soon.